Uh, Good morning to all of you now there. Today we'll have interview of Sakshi Katahit. She's from Rishikesh, and her father is a tender with 60,000 per month. He's earning. Her brother is the mother is a homemaker, and she has got a brother who's a soldier in an army. She has got younger brother again who is still studying in school in school. She herself has done matriculation from Rishikesh only, from Hindi medium, Saraswati Vidya Mandir with 75%, 12th with 65%, and now she has done her graduation again with 66%. She has been part of NCC for 3 years, and she plays badminton. She plays badminton, chess, and hockey. Over and above, she has got a wide interest in hobbies. Interest hobby includes cooking, reading, trekking, rafting, and so many things are there. She has got, to her credentials, she is a classical dancer. She has participated and has earned laurel for herself. She has also been the sports captain, school president, and she has participated in rafting. She has been under officer in NCC, and so she has various variety of appointments she has held around there. Over and above, she is now appearing for NCC entry for Indian Army as an officer. Now, with this, we hand over to Colonel Kadam for onward journey. Colonel Kadam, unfortunately, he can't put on his video, so he will take all his audio. Except for Colonel Kadam and Sakshi, all of us will remain muted and will remain muted. And Sakshi, put on your video, please, and audio. Sakshi. Okay. Other than all of us remain muted, and we'll keep noting down our points, what we want to do it. And at the end of it, we'll start with Kamleshwar will join in. First, he'll give his own views. Then we'll have Rahul. Then we'll Anmol. And if our other officers join in around there, they will give the other. Then last, I'll take on after me. Finally, it will be summed up by Karan Ravi. Okay. So any question, anyone? Then we start up, we all get muted, and we hand over the scene now to Colonel Kadam for onward journey, and Sakshi one. Okay, right then. Best of luck.
Right, sir. Thank you. Good morning, Sakshi. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
How are you?
Jain, sir. I'm good, sir. How are you, sir?
Good. Now, just a little doubt. In your PIQ, you have filled on the topmost chest number 16. What is that?
Sorry, sir.
Have you appeared in SSB before?
No, sir.
Okay, anyway, there is some chest number 16 written on top of your PIQ, the first column itself. So I thought you were gone through SSB earlier. Maybe that is your coaching class chess number 16.
No, sir. I never took coaching classes, sir. It was graded by mistake.
Okay, never mind. Right. It's been nice to see that you are a NCC cadet for 3 years, and that too Army. Tell me everything that you know about NCC and what you think about it.
Yes, sir. Sir, National Cadet Corps, sir, it was in my school, which motivate our youth to join the forces, and I learned so many things from the NCC, like discipline and the unity, how it is important and what role it play in our life. These all things I learned from the SSB, and I think that every students should learn about the discipline and unity through NCC. I think every school should have the NCC, and it is a support system, according to me, which helps us to join the forces and understand the value of it.
Tell me about its organization, its whether it should be there and why should it be there? What have you learned from it? What are the improvements you can do in NCC?
Sir, this institution have improved in my personality a lot. I learned so many things from the NCC. This
Tell me
institution
about the
has
organization first. Tell me
Sir,
about the organization first. NCC organization.
sir,
Can you hear
it's
me?
yes, sir. Sir, this organization teach youth about the forces and tell so many things about the army and prepared youth in case if we get in. Sorry, sir.
Okay, never mind. Right, we will start about you now for next 40 minutes or so. Tell me about your education background, starting from standard 10th onwards. In your school, college days, which all subjects did you like? Which subjects you liked, you did not like, and why? Tell me about your teachers whom you liked the most and the teachers whom you did not care about much. Tell me all about your friends, the qualities you see in a person to make him your friend, the extra qualities you see in a friend to make him your close friend. Tell me about your extracurricular activities that you took part in your school, college days, your achievements, and your own personal growth as such, especially in the college days.
Okay, sir. So, sir, I have completed my 10th and 12th through the Saraswati Vidya Mandir, which is RSS school. And then after I took admission in HNB University, where I have completed my graduation with the subject of geography and economics. And now I'm pursuing my master with the subjects of geography through Uttarakhand Open University. And I like geography subjects because it helps me to understand the relation and the culture between the space and art and nature. So that's why I took it as my master. And if if I talk about my friends, so I have many best friends like Gaurav, Anjana, Soumya, and Nishant. And the thing which I like about them is if I talk about the Gaurav, that he's a very hardworking boy and he's stable. He always trying to help others and financially. I mean, sorry, sir. He took he stable his family when his family was unstable. And if I talk about Soumya, she's very versatile. That's the thing which I like about her. And about Anjana and her caring nature, I like more about her. And if I like about Nishant, he is also very hardworking boy. This thing I like about him. And my favorite teacher was Colonel Saurabh, and my chemistry teacher. And the the thing which I like about my chemistry teacher is she is a very helping teacher. She always try to help us whenever we. I mean, she used to give us tuition if some student is not financially able uh, to give their fees and all. And if I talk about Colonel Saurabh, so he is he. The thing I like about him that he always motivated us, and he always tell us that that you should always try further. Never, you should always desire as much as you can do. It will help you to achieve your goal. Um, this thing I like about the Colonel Saurabh. And the I took part so many competitions like classical Bharatnatyam dance in my college and also in Garhwali folk dances. I took participated in NCC also, where I was where I was under officer. And And also I took so many part of adventurous. Adventurous camp, like in river rafting camp, like in rock climbing camp. Also, so I have done so many trekking camp. I was uh, I was the president of my school, and I took part in the badminton game also. So I'm done, sir.
Okay. You said you were junior under officer in NCC. What were your responsibilities and how did you fill them? What was the reaction of your superior officers, your colleagues, and all the NCC cadets?
Sir, I always try to motivate my subordinates, and uh, from this, and the responsibility which I have taken from the NCC to teach them drill, and I also and I always try to maintain the discipline between them. That was the responsibility which I've taken from the NCC.
No, as junior under officer, the NCC organization must have given you certain responsibilities. What were your tasks as JUO and how did you do it? What did your seniors think of you? What did your colleagues think of you? What did your other cadets junior under you think of you?
So my seniors think that I'm very hardworking and I'm very versatile, uh, and I'm responsible too. So that's why the organization and my senior gave me responsibility to teach the drill to my juniors, and I did so many official work too in NCC. And if I talk about my colleagues, they think that I'm very strong candidate, or in strong candidate in NCC because of the pre-RD, and with because of the so many adventurous camp.
Okay. So you attended the RD also?
The pre-RD.
It's a pre-RD only you went.
Yes, sir.
And why didn't you go for RD?
Sir, because of height. I was not
Okay.
selected because of height.
You were not selected. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me why you want to join the armed forces. Your brother is already there, no?
Yes, sir.
Then why do you want to go?
Sir, as I was in NCC, so I always attract by the unity and the discipline which NCC taught me, and it changed my personality too much. So I get attracted through this. So I think if I get selected in army, so I'll get so many opportunities which will change my personality, and as well as my surrounding too.
Do you want to join the army to change your personality and your surrounding?
No, sir. This is too, and I also want to join because I also want to be. I also want to motivate others to.
Motivate others to do what?
That
Okay. You said you want to join army because you were in NCC and hence you want to join the army, right?
Yes, sir.
Then how many of your colleagues want to join the army?
Sorry, sir.
How many of your friends from NCC are trying to join the army?
Sir, 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 there are so many, but I know only 2 or 3 friends of mine who's trying to join the force army.
And what about the rest? Why are they not interested in joining the army?
Sir, they are not in my contact, so I'm not aware, sir.
Okay, you're not aware. So, as
Yes, sir.
junior under officer, what all efforts you made to motivate others to join the army?
Sir, when I sir, when I get this rank under officers in army, I get more responsibility, and I became so responsible person in NCC. This thing always motivate me and my NCC uniform too. So
Sound, I'm not
this is
able
the
to hear.
reason. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I was saying that as I was under officer in army, sorry, in NCC, the responsibility which I've taken from the institution and from my senior, I became more responsible, and I did it well, um, and it changed me. So this is the reason I did
Okay,
it.
you're talking about responsibilities. What are the responsibilities, and what do you mean when you say you have become more responsible now? What does that more responsible mean?
So there are so many official work, and as well as the maintenance and the discipline which I used to um, which I which I used to maintain in my juniors as well as my NCC mates too. So this thing I was saying that it makes me more responsible for my work and for my NCC.
Okay, right. Now we will talk about your family background. Tell me,
Okay, sir.
what is your father doing? What's your mother doing? How are your relations with them, with your brothers, sisters? How do you interact? What all you talk? What all you discuss? As your brother is elder to you, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So how are your relations with him? How does he behave with you? What are the fights that you get in with your brother, and how do you resolve it? What do you do at home when on a working day, right from the time you get up in the morning till the time you go to sleep at night, and on a holiday, right from the time again you get up in the morning and go to sleep at night? Tell me everything about it.
So, sir, there are five members in my family, including me. First of all, my father, he's in TTD, Tirumala Tirupati Devsthanam. Then my mother, she's very sweet homemaker. Then after my brother, he's in 13 Garhwal. Right now, he's in 46 RR. Then after my younger sister, she is pursuing her BSc through the HNBU. And if I talk about my father, there are so many qualities which I like about my father, that he's too knowledgeable person. Whenever I feel like asking anything question to him, he always has answers. This thing I like about him. And he is a very livelyable person. He can make friends easily. Anyone can trust him easily. This thing I like about him. And if I talk about my mother, she is very kind hearted. She is very sweet. She know how to handle things. This thing I like about her. And if I talk about my brother, he's very hardworking. This thing I like about him. He always motivate us. He taught me he taught me all the things which anybody can learn from his schools, mother, friend. These all things he taught me so many things like cycling, swimming, skipping, games, badminton, or everything he taught me. And my sister, she is very obedient. She she's very obedient. Like if I tell her to do something, whether she like it or not, she will always try to do it. And my father think that I'm very strong, mentally and physically. I can survive in any situation. And my mother, she thinks I'm very versatile. and a jolly kind of girl. And my brother, he thinks that that he thinks that I can do well, and I'm very caring person. And my sister, she thinks the same, that I'm a very caring person, and I'm very hardworking. And if I talk about my friends, they think that I'm bit stubborn for my work and passionate also, and that I'm very physically aware for anything. So that thing my friends thinks about me, and um, and they think that I'm bits I mean the way the thing that they don't like about me, that first of all, that thing that as I told you, that I'm a bit stubborn for my work, and the way I tease them a lot. So this thing that maybe they don't like about me.
Tell me about your daily routine at home on working day and on a holiday.
Okay, sir. So on working day, I get up early at 5 o'clock. Then at 5:30 to 7, I went for walk or sometimes for running of 5 kilometers. Sometimes it is 4. And then after I came back and I take shower, then I study, and then I made breakfast. Then after I do my other works of home, and then lunch. Then after my all writing work, then at 4 from 4:30 to 8:30, I sorry, from 4:30 to 7, I gave tuitions. And then I take online classes or something on YouTube, uh, and then I use my phone for 1 hour. Then I play chess, offline chess game, and then I take dinner, and then I sleep. And in my holiday, uh, the same. I get up at 5 or 5:30, went for walk, came back, uh, went for shower, then make breakfast, then study, then other work of home, then lunch, again bit study, and again from 4:30 to 7, I give tuition, not on Sunday. Then I sometimes I play, sometimes I cycle. I went for cycle, and sometimes for swimming. Then uh, came back to home. Uh, then use phone, and sometimes I write diary, and then then I sleep.
You said you do homework on working
Yes,
day
sir.
also and on holiday. What does it mean? What do you do exactly?
So like uh, so like moving floors, so stitching clothes, and cleaning home, and washing kitchen, home. So these type of works.
Hmm.
So because
And
sometimes I design my own clothes, so it takes too much time to understand how to do it and how to make designs for it.
how do you help your mother?
Sir, sir, I made breakfast. So through the other work which happens in work, like breakfast, in stitching clothes, in washing vessels, in uh, uh, uh,
Okay, in your daily routine on working day and holiday, nowhere your friends emerge. You don't have friends in your neighborhood also.
so in my neighborhood, I don't have.
So when do you meet and when do the friends up or what? You never meet them, you never talk to them.
Sir, because nowadays exams are coming, so they are so busy in their studies. So I did not meet them much these days, especially. Otherwise,
So
I
what do you
meet
do?
them.
What do you do with your friends otherwise? On a holiday, say, or on a working day? What all you discuss? What all you do together? Where all do you go for outing or something like that? Anything you do?
Yes, sir. I told them to go on the track and to play chess with me, to play, and sometimes I bit force them to play badminton with me and to go outside for cycling. And these all things happens when I meet with my friends.
Okay. You said your one of your pastimes is reading. What type
Yes, sir.
of reading you do? What books have you read? Which is the last book which you have read? Tell me about that book.
Okay, sir. Sir, 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 I have remember only 5 books which I have read. Um, First of all, Wings of Fire, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, and Who Will Cry When You Die, and The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and mm,
Okay, tell me about any of these books. What is it written? What have you learned from it? What does the writer is trying to
sir,
convey?
yes, sir. Sir, between all these books, my favorite book is Jonathan Livingston Seagull book, which was wrote by the sorry, which was written by the American writer Richard Bass. He in this book, the reason why I like this book so much, because in this book he through the seagull he was trying to convey that about we must understand about the life and the fly, that anybody can fly as much that person want, and how I mean how much he wants to, uh, and also he understand the self confidence, and also want to make understand how about self.
This book is written by
Sir
whom?
Richard, sir, American writer Richard Weiss.
I thought written by Jonathan Swift.
No, sir. Sorry, sir. No, sir. Sir, Jonathan is a seagull name,
Hmm. You're
and
sure?
yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, tell me about your mountaineering. Where all have you done mountaineering? How many days? What all preparations you did? What all training you did? What did you feel during the mountaineering, actual trekking and climbing? And what do
Yes,
you learn from this mountaineering as such?
yes, sir. Sir, sir, I have completed so many tracking camps with the through the NCC, also through the my state's Garhwal Mandal Vikas Nigam, and also through
Tell me about the
the
highest mountain you have climbed and everything about it.
yes, sir. Sir, I have climbed. Sir, it was a track name is Rudranath track. It was a sir, 216-meter its peak. It was the highest. It was a 54-kilometer track which I have done in this July month. And the thing which I learned from the track, that only you can stop yourself. No one can stop yourself, because we have felt and faced so many difficulties there in that tracking camp. We were so late the day we reached to the Gopeshwar. It was 9 o'clock, and we stuck in the jungle, and it was so heavy rain, and that day I felt like only I can do it, and only I can. If I am mentally prepared, so I don't think so. Anyone can break you, anyone can distract you.
That's all. You have done rafting also. Tell me similarly about rafting.
Sir, I have completed my rafting courses, and as I'm in Rishikesh, so I did so many times rafting. So the rafting course was organized by the government, this Garhwal Mandal Vikas Nigam, and it was 8 days camp. And in that camp, I have learned how can I rescue paddling, and how to hold raft. What can you do if something tragedy will happen in that course, sir?
Yeah. Now tell me about your classical dancing and folk dances which you like.
Sir, I like Bharatnatyam, but in Garhwal I've learned folk dance too, through in my culture functions and in my school too. And if I talk about Bharatnatyam, so I live in TTD colony, where there are so many, there are 90% South Indian families, and I was so interested in uh, their culture dance. So I learned through online also, and through YouTube, and through my neighbors too.
Mm-hmm. So how can you motivate somebody to join or to do Bharatnatyam? What is the good points you will tell them about it?
I'll tell them that it is all about expression, rhythm, and and about the. I mean, it is all depend on the work on for thighs, knees, and the fingers of leg, and it is a very attractive dance because it used in ancient time. It used to do for to impress Lord Vishnu. So this thing I can tell them if they are interested.
Okay. You read newspapers and magazines also?
No, sir.
And how do you keep in touch with the current affairs?
Sir, right now I'm not in touch of current affairs.
So you have no knowledge about any current affairs now, national or international.
No, sir.
Can you? Don't you think it is required for
Yes,
a
sir.
young girl like you trying to
Yes,
join, make some career? You should know the current affairs, what's happening nationally and internationally.
yes, sir. It is required.
Still, you didn't do.
Everybody.
Don't read.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in future, how do you plan to keep in touch with current affairs, national and international?
Uh, Sir, there are so many offline apps where I can
One is app
keep.
based. Rest other. Which are the other means you can make use of?
Sorry, sir.
One is app based on your mobile, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Sir, it
What
is.
are the other means you can follow?
Sir, I followed only two. First app name is TOI, Times of India. First,
Other
and
than app, what are the other options available for any young girl or youngster in the country to keep in touch with current affairs, national and internationally?
so what are the other sources?
Yeah, other means, other sources, other ways, other than app, yeah, mobile base.
Sir, radio is.
Sorry, you're becoming, you're mute now. You're mute. I can't hear you.
Unmute yourself, yeah.
Through Telegram also anybody can get to know about the current affairs.
Telegram is again
and,
on mobile. I'm telling you again, other than mobile, other than app on the mobile.
Sorry, sir, you're not audible.
Telegram is also mobile based app, isn't it? No. Can you hear me now?
So there are other.
I'm telling you, tell me other sources other than mobile based app. Forget your mobile. You don't have the mobile. Then how will you keep in touch with current affairs?
Sir, through radio, through friend circle, and through newspaper, through books. Um, I think these are the sources from where I can get to know about the current affairs.
Television?
Yes, sir. Television too. Laptop, computer.
Okay, good, good. Anyway, now say you are gone for rafting. How many people sit in the raft for when you go for whitewater rafting? You have done in Rishikesh.
Sorry, sir.
You have done whitewater rafting. You can't hear me. I think there is something wrong with my audio.
He's asking why is it white water rafting? Yes or no?
So what is water rafting?
Yeah, white water rafting. White water rafting.
So,
Acha, anyway, okay, water rafting. How many people sit in the raft?
so how many people sit in raft?
Yeah.
Sir, 10 people, including guide and second guide too. Helper,
Okay.
which we call.
Okay. So suppose you meet with an accident and you find 2, 3 in the water swimming along with the water. They have been carried away. You have landed on the bank with another 2, 3 people. 2, 3 of them are very dangerously ill.
So 3, 4 people is going away from the raft. How will I survive them? Sorry, how will I save them?
I am telling you the situation. There are 2, 3 in the water who are flowing. Okay, they are drowning. 2, 3 are on the edge, like with you. They are seriously injured. And you are the only one who is not injured. What will you do?
Sir, there are 2 types of rope which are available in raft. First of all, I'll give one rope to the main guide, and I'll take the another rope too. With the help of that rope which is connected to the raft, I'll try to save them. I'll try to catch them. As if they are unconscious, they are having their life jacket, so they can't be drawn into the water. So I'll try to reach them and will save them.
Yeah, but they have flown. They have gone about 100 meter ahead with the speed of the water.
Yes, sir, but that
The
rope is
rope doesn't reach them. The rope doesn't reach them.
But sir, the rope which is available in raft, it is 120 meter. We can
Yeah, but
easily
it is not reaching them because they have, they are flowing continuously in the water. And the 3, 4 people who are on the ground, they're shouting at you for help.
then I'll try to connect those that 2 ropes into the one, and then I and my guide will swim into the water and try to reach to them and will save them. And I will connect to that rope into their life jacket connector, which will help them to swim on the surface of water.
Till the time you start tying this note together, they have gone about 500 meters ahead.
So
The
sir,
water is not stable. The water is moving very fast.
Sir, if water is moving, then our raft is also moving, na? Not only that.
You are on the edge. You are on the edge on the ground. You are on the edge of the river on the ground. The raft is broken and gone away. Okay.
Yes,
There
sir.
are 3, 4 who are injured on the bank of the river. There are 2, 3 who are drowning. They have gone ahead.
Sir, if I'm edge of the bank, so I'll tell to all those person who knows swimming
There's
to
nobody
go.
else other than you who can help. See that 2, 3 are already drowning. Others are injured. They're on the bank of the river. You are the only one who is not injured.
Sir, then I will. So then I'll tell this thing to my second guide and will
There is no
will
guide.
get
There's
into.
nobody around. The other 3, 4 who are injured, they're shouting at you for help.
And they are 400, 5 meters far from me.
Now they have gone. When you're trying to tie a rope, give rope is not reaching, then you tie another rope to that rope.
Then I will inform to the then I will inform to the that boundary where the rafting get to the edge. There are, I mean, like there are so many points in the rafting. Whenever we do rafting, there are so many points where people stay. I'll try to inform them that from here 4 5 members are coming. If you are I can't reach to them, so I'll call to that other guide that only you can reach to them.
Okay, right. Now in your college, they find you a good mountaineer in you, and they say organize a mountaineering or trekking trip for the students of your class. Okay, 10
Yes,
days
sir.
trip. Which place you will select, what all planning will you do, and how exactly will you organize this trek?
So I will go to the so I will organize to all that person. I mean I will suggest to them for Rudranag track, and because it's very beautiful, so I'll tell them to contribute so that we can manage can we manage how much we'll spend in this trip, and we'll tell them to keep the water bottle, torch, knife, and sleeping bag, and medicine, and a mug also with their self, and we will uh, we will go to that track, and then uh, then there are then there are so many I mean I can say the level in that track. First of all, the forest level, then after a plane landed area where I'll tell them to reach on first day, because it is only 16 kilometer far from the starting point, and it is totally safe from the animal who lives in the jungle. And then after point which comes after that landed area, and there are so many dry wood available in that landed area. I'll tell them to I will tell them to burn, and the whatever thing we are having um, for meal, we will cook it, and for next day we will go to hit that temple, and will come back. And the place why I've selected that place, um, because that that track is the only place where we can see the beauty, as well as the face of nature, how dangerous it can be and how beautiful it can be, and we can learn so many things if we are together. There are so many beautiful places, natural water, uh, and point where we can enjoy, and I can teach them how can they live, and how the track is happen.
What's the distance of this track going and coming would be roughly?
So 54 going 27 and coming 27.
Okay. So what planning have you done for the eating and sleeping?
Sir, I will keep, sleeping bags and mugs and so many water bottles and also some medicines. And for meal, I'll keep eggs, bread jams, and butter also, and so many packets of Maggie I can keep with myself for that camp, sir.
So, how many students are you expecting in this trek?
Sir, 8 to 12.
Why so many? Why not more? Why not less?
Sir, because if I talk about myself, I can handle only not I can't handle much people. I only can handle 12, 15 people.
Why? What is the problem? Why can't you handle 30 people
So
with the help of your friends?
sir, if they are not aware about the mountaineering and tracking, so it will be bit it will be bit it will be bit difficult to me to understand them. Otherwise it's okay if they all are aware about the thing, if they all are from the Garhwal. So I don't think so I need to teach them. Then I can go with 20 to
You have
20
attended
25.
so many NCC camps, you have attended so many rafting courses, mountaineering courses, and still you find difficult handling. You have been a JU and still you find difficult handling 20, 30 people.
So difficulties in that case where the people are not aware the tracking and about the mountaineering. If they are interested, they know about the things. So I don't think so that there is anything required to tell them. Then I don't have any. Then I don't find any difficulties to tell them and to teach them anything. Because if I talk about the NCC and other camps, all the people who took part in that, they are already physically aware about the what is the mountaineering and what the rafting course and what is NCC tracking camp. They are they are aware about that.
Okay. Right, Sakshi? Tell me, since you want to join the army, I would not want to know what are your good points, good qualities that you have, and what are those qualities you think you must improve to become a good army officer?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think that I think differently. This is my strong point, which always make me to move in the work which I am doing right now, which the in this track. And the second thing is I think that uh, that no one can break me I if I believe in myself. So I don't think so anybody can break me. You can't do it. It is uh, you cannot handle these things. So I think that I will try to be in regular in this. So these things make me to be in army. And the thing which I don't like about me, that I think that I should improve in myself, that I speak much, and and I I have a helping nature, too much helping nature. So I think that I should improve in this.
Improve, matlab you want to stop helping people or you want to help people more?
Sir, I should think before helping others, that is it requirement of any help or not.
So you are not thinking nowadays when you help people.
I don't think much, sir. I don't think much. If anybody asking me for some help, I help them without thinking it's okay. Maybe they are not capable for this. They are not able to do this.
Okay, it's been nice talking to you, Sakshi.
Thank you, sir.
I've asked you so many questions. Do you have any question to ask me?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Right,
That's all, sir.
Thank you, sir. I think let's all unmute ourselves. I think we'll first of all, I must thank Karan Burma for he is my friend, philosopher, and guide who has joined us in between around there. I think thank you, sir. Thanks for, in spite of his in disposition, and he has found time to be with us around there. So it's always an honor to be with you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
The pleasure is mine. It is a good
Thank you, sir.
experience
Thank you, sir.
to go through such events.
Thank you, sir.
There's always,
so
it reminds me that there is always scope for learning.
Yes. No, not only that, it helps especially these students who they must get benefited from our interaction on this. That the aim is only to spread as much as we can, and that's the only way we can contribute towards the services which has given us enough. I think that's the only way. That's the reason I thought we'll get involved. And also,
you're doing a very, very excellent work.
Thank you, sir.
And I compliment you. And only जो बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में आशीर्वाद.
Thank you, sir. You have been he has been, let me just tell you, he has been my friend, philosopher, guide, and everything around there since the beginning there. And think we are grateful to him for everything around there. We always interact. Thank you, sir. Now you'll have the feedback from, let's have first Anmol giving his feedback. Anmol, let's have your feedback first. Let's hear what this. Yeah.
Well, basically, I have both the positives as well as the negatives. So,
your voice is inaudible. Tell me again.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, tell me.
I have both the positives as well as the negatives, sir.
So tell me first.
Talking about the various positives.
Yeah.
Sir, I believe that she was able to express herself, sir. Like at times, she was able to convey whatever she was saying. So that is the first positive thing which I liked. The second point was that, sir, at times, sir, when speaking about her strength and weakness, she's really aware about herself. She knows about her strengths, she knows about her weaknesses, the way she talks with her friends and family. So I believe she is generally aware about herself. Sir, talking about some areas of improvement, sir, the first and the foremost is the general awareness.
Yeah.
She must be into reading.
Okay, general awareness. Okay, next. Okay, general awareness. Yeah. Granted, she has accepted herself. Granted, she is weak in current affairs, so that's granted that much. She knows her weaknesses and she would like to improve upon it. Okay. Okay. Next. Right. Next. Tell me.
Sir, secondly, sir, at times the flow was breaking, sir, while speaking.
Okay. That's basically the problem. Is she is from Hindi medium school. Problem has become the problem. She has got restricted. You can't doubt her. She knows she could afford to know. Unfortunately, she has got enough strength on herself. But probably because since translation hota Hindi se Angrezi karne mein, she has got stuck from there. So what recommendation I have got is whenever you get stuck, don't get stuck looking for only English word. Come back to Hindi and English and revert back. Keep similar. What we call the English is also important. So what she has got stuck is only because being from Hindi medium skill, coming back and communicating, and that amount of hesitation is always there when you're talking to the group. The examination fear, that phobia has it. So anxiety has taken a control over this. What you are right. So there is a bit of anxiety, and she is not able to express what she was. She is not able to bring out. She has got enough strength. But strengths, all those qualities is not able to bring out primarily because of the communication or the communication. That's the only thing. Okay, that's okay. Granted that much. So communication, we'll take it. Communication. Next.
Right, sir.
Oh, okay. Now let's have Rahul. Let me have your views.
Yes, sir. So I have two things to say, one positive, one negative.
Yeah.
I think both are positive only. First thing, she has been studying in Hindi medium, but still she has got a good command of English. I think she's improving day by day. Okay. That is one thing. Okay. Second thing, I think she's nervous, a little nervous, or a little scared.
Anxiety, okay.
Yes, sir.
Anxiety.
And I'm sure she's working on that.
Okay, next. Anything else?
That's all from my side, sir.
Kamleshwar, anything else from your side? Kamleshwar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a little elaborated one. First of all, I would like to give the something. Yeah. I would like to give some information about PIQ. So Sakshi, I would like you to write, in front of your father's name, you must please write Mr. or Sri or Dikpal Singh. Then you have evaded population.
Sorry, sir, you're not audible.
What?
Am I audible?
What he's telling around there, that Sakshi, when you were write father name, you must write on Mr. X, Y, Z, that is to be written on. That is 3 marks of what is. So that is the norm you must add to. That is a very small courtesy you can extend towards your parents. That is
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
Yeah.
Next,
then yeah. I don't know whether you understood this thing, but the population, आपने population नहीं लिखा है. Whether wherever you are staying, is it a district headquarter, वो आपने नहीं लिखा है. Then you didn't give out the weight. आपका weight कितना है, वो भी नहीं लिखा है. Then जो junior division है ना, वो division में आपने A लिखा है, that is junior or senior division. So from this cannot be expected from an NCC cadet. So either you write junior division, senior division. और स्पोर्ट्स के उसमें आपने कॉलेजेस के नाम लिखे हैं, वहां पे यू शुड राइट कि आपने किस लेवल पे परफॉर्म किया, वेदर हैव यू परफॉर्म्ड एट द कॉलेज लेवल, स्कूल लेवल और ना, तो वहां पे कॉलेज का नाम नहीं लिखना है. देन अगेन इन द हॉबी एंड इंटरेस्ट यू हैव रिटन प्लेइंग चेस एंड बैडमिंटन, उसको अवॉइड करो. व्हेन यू हैव ऑलरेडी रिटन दिस थिंग है ना, तो उसको अवॉइड कीजिए प्लीज. एंड भाग लेने की अवधि में भी आपने थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है, किस अवधि में भाग लिया है. तो चेस आप जब से स्टार्ट किया तब से खेल ही रहे ना, तो उससे लेके टिल नाउ, ताकि उससे आपकी ओवर राइटिंग मतलब जो उसमें ना बहुत सारा टू मच अनऑर्गेनाइज लग रहा था, वो हट जाएगा. देन ओवरऑल पर्सनालिटी, मतलब यू आर इनिशियली यू आर नर्वस, विच इज एक्सेप्टेबल, लाइक यू आर गोइंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, तो इट इज फाइन, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम विद दैट. देन यू आर शोइंग दैट यू आर मोर एंड मोर. हेलो या सो हेलो सर, वो ऑन हो गया.
अच्छा, ओके, गो अहेड
sir. So more and more you're talking about you are responsible, but in the homework, let's say just take my example. I am a married man and I still do all these home cleaning and kitchen and everything. I help my mother a lot. So there was nowhere it was coming out. तो आपको थोड़ा सा responsible aspect अपना दिखाना पड़ेगा, या जो भी है. अच्छा, and hobbies and interest में ना, mountaineering and rafting में I would say कि उससे ज्यादा आपने जो अच्छा एक्सप्लेन किया था वो आपका डांसिंग एक्सपो था. उसमें सर ने आपसे डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा तो आपने उसके बारे में कुछ बता पाए. माउंटिंग और राफ्टिंग पे आप थोड़ा टेंजेंट पे चले गए. तो आई वुड से कि इफ यू हैव अ जेन्युइन इंटरेस्ट इन माउंटेनियरिंग एंड राफ्टिंग, देन ओनली राइट, अदरवाइज डोंट राइट इट. देन ओवरऑल साक्षी, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ना यू आर टू मच इनटू टेक, यूट्यूब एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. देन यू आर नॉट स्पेंडिंग टू मच ऑफ टाइम विद योर और मच टाइम विद योर फैमिली. ओवरऑल आपके PIQ से भी ये एविडेंट है कि आप, क्योंकि आप बैडमिंटन खेलते हैं, चेस खेलते हैं, आपकी हॉबीज में भी मतलब यू आर जस्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ ऐसा फीलिंग आती है कि यू आर अ लोनर सॉर्ट ऑफ पर्सन, है ना. आप थोड़ा सा अकेला रहना ज्यादा पसंद करते हैं. तो आई एम सॉरी, मतलब मैं ये जो मुझे ऐसा लगा वो मैं बता रहा हूँ. So please don't take it like that. My only approach is to help you out and what I could make out. So overall जो projection किया है कि that okay, you may have a dream of becoming an officer, but it may not be, you are not as serious as you should have been. And organization aspect में भी आपने थोड़ा सा मतलब you are too much into beauty of all those things, that you are going for the you are given a task to organize this thing. Then you are always talking about the beautiful path है, ये है. When you are responsible person and you are responsible to organize this thing, probably you will be the last person to enjoy the beauty of this track. You will be having so many things in your mind to take care of it ना. तो ये छोटी मोटी चीजें हैं. Definitely जो मैंने अभी इतनी जल्दी में बोल दिया, you may not get hold of it, but when you will look at the video बार 2-3 बार और देखोगे ना, then you will realize what I'm saying. And well, this is the only feedback which I have to give. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, would you like to add anything, sir? Burma, sir?
Me? Yeah. Firstly, this is my first time, other than my own SSB interview, I'm interacting with somebody. So there is a huge gap. I don't know exactly what are the expectations for a
forget
fresher.
what is, so what, sir, what is your impression? That's all. You forget about that. That's your impression. Your impression.
Okay. So she is first thing that she is raw. She has not been trained by anybody. She needs polishing. That is one thing very clear, and she has a potential to improve.
Correct.
So second thing I observed very interesting is that whenever she was telling facts, whenever she was speaking about her real-time experience, then her English was good. Good means grammatically good.
Okay.
And whenever she was manipulating, we all have done that. Okay. And we all have mentioned many hobbies which we had never participated. Those time, if you notice it, that is the time because she has to look for appropriate word and appropriate, she has to visualize and think what to say, what not to say. So her English was also not correct during those times.
The flow
Very
got missed out.
interesting.
Flow got missed out.
Flow also, and since there is no flow, so language also.
Language. That's all.
I don't know whether it has struck me. So, Mukteshwar, you can go through this part with all the freshers, whether it is only with her or with anybody who that is how the people find out whether somebody is telling truth or somebody is not telling truth.
That is it.
So as an interviewer, probably it becomes very clear that somebody is, whether she has participated in sports, in playing football, at what level. Okay, if it is not truth, then it will come out with different questions. And in her case, it was. Then another, she needs to be guided that she has, if she is doing actually also involved in so many activities, starting from rafting to mountaineering to trekking to dancing to singing to, the field is very wide. Though she is young, she can do many things. Stitching and designing her own clothes, and then cooking also, and then cycling also, morning 5-kilometer running also. So there's so many things. I don't know how many of them are true, how many if not. It is good that she should restrict it to the limited. Let there be only 2 hobbies. But those hobbies should be absolutely, she should be perfect in explaining those hobbies. Because by now we realize that it is not necessary that one has, one can play chess also and carom also and volleyball also and football also. You can play only one game. Even if you don't know, at least if my hobby is, I am still watching cricket. I don't play, but my hobby is continuing by watching cricket and knowing about it. So this is aspect, it will help her in answering all related questions. Then another is to say straightway that I don't know, sir. Suppose you ask certain questions and she is not aware of it. It is good to tell that I don't know, rather than running around the bush and finding some answer or other answer, because nobody can beat the interviewing officer or person. One gets caught easily. It is good to say that, sorry, sir, I don't know this, I should have known it. So that is accepted by everybody. And these 3-4 points.
Thank you, sir. I think.
And otherwise, it was very long for her, more than 1 hour, and she has sustained it all along. That itself is a very positive thing.
Very nice.
She continued with the same level of
energy,
charm and level of
energy,
level of expressions remained same throughout. So these are the positive, and I feel that she needs polishing, and even while polishing to the extent that if she has to organize a trekking, maybe she is not aware what exactly, she knows it, but how to put it across, unless she has done it, as homework, she has made her own plan, and somebody has corrected it and then told her that, okay, you have to do ABCD, time plan, food plan, medicine plan, sleeping plan, everything like this, place plan, route plan. Then probably when she replies it, then automatically it will come in a flow, and expression will also be good, and her answer will also be appropriate.
Okay. Before I will hand over to Colonel Kadam now, then just a few things. Now let's starting very first. You started with something RSS school. Where was the need of bringing the RSS school? Army does not have any religion. I have always said you have to avoid religion at August. So the very first thing that you said, you started with the RSS school, didn't you? Yes or no? Where was the need? But there was no need at all. So bring it on. And secondly, the problem is you come under, you started with anxiety. Obvious anxiety will be there. any person, any examination that we are giving it wrong, the anxiety will be there. Probably, this much 1 hour of drilling, I don't think you would have had till now. This would have been one of the first few times you're gone through. So there is a tendency, it's normal for any person to come under anxiety. There's nothing wrong with the system, but you have to, once you come under anxiety, you have to take control of yourself. And if you don't take control yourself, then it is human to be anxious. But it is, again, as a person, if you have personality, you would get toward that run and come back to the mainstream. Nothing wrong with the system on there. Okay. Then you came under pressure, so anxiety has, then you are using a word, when you talk about the friends itself, very first CIQ you have not handled it well. You have jumped from one to another. CIQ, what is that comprehensive, what is that question which comes up, what you call rapid fire? They in one question, there are 8 to 10 questions are there. And what the expectations are there, you will start from the first and go back to the last. So that will only happen if you have paid attention. What I found there, attention got missed out. You really know, probably one thing we had, there was certain disadvantage because you couldn't afford to see the interviewing officer view. So that has put certain amount of there's certain amount of disconnect is there, because what he says, rapid building got slightly disconnected to that extent, because unfortunately, but that's aim is only to, it's a learning graph. So the first is disconnect was there, and secondly, you have never paid attention. You just try to haphazardly, you are trying to answer questions from one to left, and you have not been able to answer the questions in totality. Anytime when you say what question, what I have missed out, or if your interviewing officer is prompting to do what you have missed out, it means that certainly indicates your lack of grasp, that reasoning ability. And you say interviewing officer starts only after he's clear about reasoning ability, otherwise he will never let you go through. That's the first thing on there. Second thing, when you talk about there only, when you talked about your friends, you talked about friends, what they stable and unstable. There's nothing. What do you mean stable? Your friends are stable. See, I think your first friend, which are they, you talk stable and he's not unstable. What do you really mean by it?
Sir, I was saying when his family was unstable financially, so he made it stable.
So that's exactly. So you're not being about, you say stable and unstable. That really doesn't mean. What you should have really been said, my friend, he's a person who has, in spite of his financial problem, he has been able to manage his, and he can handle. So that does not mean. He says, what are the qualities? What question was there? If he is your friend, what are the qualities? Why has he become a friend? So he has helped his family. In what way does it contribute towards your friendship? You will not be able to indicate at all. All three people is a secondly, Soumya is versatile. Versatility is one aspect of it. She may be good in this many things. That's okay. But why should she become your friend? Why do you regard her to be your friend? That is the reason. You have not been illogical to that extent. Very first question being. So then, certain, as I have already brought across, you being slightly from Hindi to English, you have got stuck, and Colonel Burma has rightly put across on there. Where you have done physically, you were fluent. And wherever you had to think about it slightly, you have to cook up around the system, they got unfluent. So they got missed out from the system on there. So you have to think. You have to be concise, precise, and you have to answer to the point. And you have just been wavering around that. Questions were asked, and many times you have been answering questions which are unrelated, as still not required around there. Okay, because in the second question, he had asked you about a family. He never asked you about a friend. Second CIQ, which you asked you to tell me about family, father, mother. You started well when you talked about your father is good and all. He is Trimula, that was point okay. But the problem is now you have to talk more about it. How do you get involved with family affairs? And that what you said, as Kamleshwar rightly put, because now you help your mother or father, that's your involvement. It had to literally put in your mouth. You have to make the interviewing outside, put your mouth to tell you how do you get involved in the system throughout the day, morning, evening to even you ran around the 5 kilometer cycling, everything around there. So where's the time for your family, and what do we have to contribute towards them? It is not only because you being now your brother being away, your father being away, in what we are to contribute towards the house. It is not only the house cooking, breakfast making. It will not only by jharu pucha karna. That's one trivial aspect. In what way other contribution you got it? You would be handling your sister also. You would have been contributing towards them. You would be certain job which are outside, you would have been doing it. So those sort of things will have to be brought out. That is where it brings out your personality. Aim is to bring out your personality at all. Okay. Then he says, you yourself using the word stubborn. I'm stubborn. What do you mean by stubborn? That means you get rigidity of thought and ideas. You can't really make it. That totally goes against you. Okay. Then you say friend, not asked, just submit question. And the question about the friend was never asked. So you are trying to put in something extra from your side. Okay. And so overall, basically, then you said you have talked. You require there was no interaction with your friend. We only you said I don't really interact with the friends. That you have not that. I have got no doubt that you would have had good friends. I've got absolutely no doubt about you. But why do you say that? You would have been talking to you. When you talk about 1 hour, you're taking one mobile, doing what? You would have been talking to people in and around. You would have been talking to the friends. Not that you won't have been talking about it. Then he says, okay, nowadays they may be busy on the examination time. Right? At least interaction doesn't mean I keep playing around with the people in and around. Interaction means I have some sound. How do we contribute towards each other's well-being? That is what is interaction means. How do you interact with the people in and around, in your school, in your college, in your neighborhood? They are the part of that. That is the social factor too comes into play. Okay. Then you would talk about you brought across, okay, you read 4 or 5 books and you did try to talk about the books. Okay, that part is okay. And he says none of these questions about planning and all things you have been able to handle it well. Handle it well. Okay. So you should be able to handle those questions well. None of these. You have to think what you are doing. Organizing ability and all particular things. There's nothing. The overall time, let me just, you have got enough capabilities to move along on your own strength. You have to have a look around it. There's nothing wrong with you. Let me just tell you, you can make a dent anywhere, provided you are able to. Unless you show what you are, we can do little about it. So you have to show yourself what you are. Current affairs, you can't afford to tell that I don't know current affairs. You know about current affairs in a case. Okay. Current affairs are there available. So you can't say that I have got no idea about career. You know the World Cup is going on. Football match. Aren't you aware of it? Aren't you aware that some election has been won or lost? So how do you say that you are not aware of it? And if you say that, why should you even come? If you do not know what is happening in the country, you know what is happening, then there's a big problem. Okay. Overall, even the strength-wise, you have got enough strength. Why can't you talk about your own strengths and weaknesses? In spite of your capabilities, you have not done justice to what it is there. You have got 10 days available to you. Take control yourself and plan, write down everything that these questions were asked, what you will answer, and answer with free, be free to answer your questions. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we hand over to Colonel Kadam for onward journey. Kadam, sir, it's all yours, sir.
Right, sir. Sakshi,
Yes, sir.
our aim is to improve you. So take it in that spirit.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, in an interview, the interviewing officer first goes through your PIQ. You have been told, read it properly and answer it. You have written it in a hurry. Your first Sakshi, your surname Kaithal, you have written very good handwriting, like a printed letter. Thereafter, you have decimated. This handwriting has gone so bad that you can't understand what you have written by the end of it. Just 2 pages, hardly any writing required, but that shows stamina is lacking. Okay, you have left blank most of the things anyway. So you must concentrate. Question, you must understand what is the question. If I ask a 10-year-old girl, tell me about cow, she gives me blah, 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 10 things about the cow. And I ask the same question and I give 10 marks to that girl, 10-year-old. Same answers given by a 23-year-old girl and gives the same answers. How many marks do you think I'll give you out of 10? 0. If I get the same answer from 10-year-old girl and from a 23-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl will get 10 out of 10. You will get 0 out of 10. Have you understood why?
Yes, sir.
That level has to increase. You know, that level of thinking. If I ask you NCC, you have been there in the army, NCC 3 years, an appointment, JUO, and still you could not tell me about NCC. Nothing much. Any 15-year-old 10th class chap who has not joined NCC, he will be able to tell me what you told me. So your answers have to be, they have to match your age, your maturity.
Do you know that I'll just take on, sir. There is something called mental age. Your mental age and chronological age, that is what is there. And you have to, you are holding a appointment. You are a very responsible person. And if you cannot talk about NCC, simply indicates that you are not.
Sir, you're not audible.
What? Not audible. Can you hear me? Hello? Chalo, sir.
Yes, sir.
So main thing, what he's saying, mental age is what you have to, what he's trying to put across, you have to answer to your capability, your age, mental age that is available. Your maturity should be there. Okay, go ahead, sir. Sorry, sir. I just, Kadam, please take it on.
Right, Sakshi, I can't see you now. You have gone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, she's here, sir, I think.
Yes,
Hello.
sir, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, Sakshi. So
Yes,
question when asked, you have to give in 2 parts. First part, you have to answer the question and you have to understand the intent behind that question. Okay, at this age, you should know the intent behind that question and you should answer accordingly. And second half, thereafter, you should try and project yourself. Yes, what I have written in the PIQ is correct. My maturity is there. This is there. That is there. Just by filling in the PIQ, so many hobbies, interests, sports, the interviewing officer or the SSB, other assessors, they are not going to get impressed. You have to show it practically there, right? So question you must understand. PIQ also, any interviewing officer will ask you in a logical sequence. You have to understand the sequence. 1 odd questions is okay. If you miss it out, you can, in the end of it, you can ask the interviewer, have I missed out something? You can answer that. Or you can answer in the end of it, the moment you realize. But you must answer all those questions sequentially. That shows your mental ability. Just ghota lagakar exam pass karke getting into post graduation is not enough. You have to develop that mental ability to hold on and listen to that question carefully, remember it and answer accordingly, right? And then when I asked you, why do you want to join the army? It had got nothing to do with the army with your answer.
Sir,
I just want to be responsible. I want to be that. Why you want to
sorry
join the
to
army?
say, you're not audible.
Hello. I said to my question as to why you want to join the army. Can you hear me now? Sakshi, can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir, I can hear. Yes, sir.
Okay.
What is trying to tell you that the answer that we gave you, why do you want to join services, that army, you are totally inappropriate. You just want to become more responsible and more, you want to develop a personality that has no significance to the question that we have. Why do you want to join services? There has to be logic, there has to be reason for it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Chalo, sir. Kadam, sir.
Right. So that question again, and rest of the organization, you must listen. Organization, I clearly asked you, even in that courage question, I asked you clear-cut questions. What planning will you do? You just continued haphazard way, started something else, and you have not given the thought, okay, how many students will there? I can handle only 10. your limitations, you are putting it on yourself and you are showing it to the, why can you handle only 10? You have been a JO in NCC. That tells me that you have done nothing as JO. You went to pre-RD also. So that is a quite an experience, and accordingly, you must make use of the experience to develop yourself, which I find lacking. Current affairs, as they have told others, they have told you, but these are the major things where you can definitely improve on your own. Okay.
I just want to add up something. That's like a reaction and response. They are the two different phenomena. First, reaction. You are just reacting without even thinking fully. You must pay attention to what questions me asked, and you must respond, not react. And I keep on giving example. Response is like a trained dog who barks or answers to the point when it is needed. And reaction, you are just talking anything. That is what is there. Okay, so that is what is the problem. So you must respond. You respond means you are using a brain. You are using cognitive brain to answer a question. So think before you speak, and you are just speaking only because you have to speak. That's all. Because you have to answer. See, speaking does not give you credit. Okay. Chalo, sir. Anything else, sir? Sir?
No, but that's all, sir. Okay. The major issues which I thought I must cover.
Thank you, sir. I think we are grateful to all of you. I think if you got any question around this, Sakshi, you have got right to ask any question.
Sir, I want to say something.
Yeah.
Sir, first of all, that tracking question, when sir asked me, sir, at that time, sir, I know that the track of Rudranath, it is very hard. It is very difficult in our state.
You do not. His question was, you are going to organize a tracking event for 10 days. What all preparation would you do? That he started the selection. You're selected. That selection of the idea place was one. But what are the other preparations that you're going to do? How many people are going to be there? That is the answer. That he's not doubting about what is the place that you're selected. He is doubting about the organization part which have not been correct. Okay, it is nothing wrong with the place. Place is okay. You have been done. You have tracked it. There's no problem at all. First and foremost, how many people would you go? How would they go? You have asked only they started. We'll ask them to contribute. How much? How much time you will take? How many days will it require? What are the other equipments would require? You just carry the Maggie and everything. That doesn't solve the problem.
But sir, as they said now, can't you handle much people in that track? So the thing is, sir, maybe somewhere I'm not able to convey my
That's exactly what he's trying to tell you around there. That you are putting restriction on yourself. I cannot handle you myself beyond 10. Where that is the problem.
But that jungle is famous for wild animal too much. So that's why I was saying that I can't in that.
Again, yes, Sakshi, you are trying to get into a different aspect. Your answer should be appropriate to the question being asked. Okay. No, we do not know it is there or not. It is there. You decide what is there. We got nothing. And you are putting a restriction on yourself, and you will have no time to justify there. It's the end of it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a second. Okay, go ahead. Anything, question? Okay. Any other question? Anyone? Any other question, Sakshi? You're bold.
Sorry, sir.
Any other question? Anything else to be asked? Okay, don't worry. Go through the video. We'll upload the video, download it, read it, go through them. And number time, you've got enough capabilities. You can develop your own. It's the question of taking control of yourself. Our aim is to guide you. And if this present status, it's no, you can't. You have got capability. I'm not doubting that. With your capability, you have been JO, you have done so many things, there's so much to talk about it. If you cannot project yourself, then you are cutting yourself down.
sir, because I don't know how to answer in interview
That's
because
exactly.
there
I
are
have
so
told
many senior officers and I don't know how to answer.
That's aim was only to put it. That's the reason we have got so many people that you will not find this. So many people are there to guide you. Take control yourself. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. That's the end of it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we must thank all our honorable guests around there. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kanakadam, for being
You're welcome, sir.
Around there. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I think,
thank you. Bye-bye.
SK has mobile is not working, so we'll take his input later on. Thanks a lot, Ken. Right then.
Thank you, sir.
Wish you best of luck. Thank you. Okay. We meet at
Thank you,
7
sir.
o'clock in the evening. We meet others who are there. We meet in the 7 o'clock in the evening so that we can afford to discuss your story. Send me your PPT. Okay. Thank you. Okay. The 7 o'clock. Bye. Thank you. Right, sir. Thank you again.